so glad you're here to join me. I just have a simple mat. If you have a wall area where you could sit to get support against a wall, it could even be the back of a couch or a chair with a firm back, something like that, that will help you kind of gauge where your posture might be rounding to one side or forward, as we tend to do. We're going to start lying, and then we'll do some things kneeling and seated, and then we'll finish standing. So also, if you have a towel, I'm going to pull in a towel towards the end of our class for some of the stretching that we can do to really help open up our shoulders. So let's get started by just finding that comfortable spot to lie down in a supine position on your back. So we're just going to take a nap, not exactly, but we're just going to lie down flat and feel our body imprinting into the ground. You want to feel it from the tip of your head, your skull into the mat. See if you can lengthen your spine into the mat by giving your chin a tiny nod. Your head doesn't leave the ground, but you kind of give yourself a double chin, actually. It's a good thing because it's going to lengthen the top of your spine, as so many of us, and it really feels great. It's a very subtle movement. Now feel your spine imprinting into the ground, the weight of your arms into the ground, your hips and your pelvis, your legs, your heels. From there, let's just do a couple breaths together. Place your hands on your ribs and breathe in deeply, letting your ribs expand as you inhale, and contract towards each other as you exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And one last breath working on this. Inhale and exhale. Great job. Now take those hands. They're going to be in a triangle position. This is called iso abs, and it's going to help us learn how to draw our tailbone towards the ground and strengthen those lower abs. So what you want to do is imagine you're maybe zipping up a pair of pants that's just a half a size too small. And as you inhale, you let your back spine be natural. As you exhale, you feel your abs pull in, draw in towards your spine, and also lift up as you zip up those pants and release. So you're lengthening as you create these iso abs. Inhale and exhale, pull your abs, draw them in deep, zip it up, and release. Maybe try that with bent knees so you can really feel your spine pull into the ground. Inhale, spine is slightly away from the ground, and exhale, pull it in, really feel the force of all your transverse abdominal muscles pulling in and up, really holding your pelvis in tight. From there, we're going to extend our arms and practice our little backside lifting. So we're going to do a backside press. So let's just practice the bottom half of that first. We extend our hips to make a slightly arched position, and then we tuck it under, curling our tailbone under. Again, it's subtle, but just feel the rotation. Because when we're seated, we tend to slouch a little bit. By working our pelvic tilt, we can create the strength we need in those lower back muscles to help us maintain good balance, good posture when we're seated and standing. It carries over. Okay, to that, we're going to add a little lift. So as we tuck our tailbone under, we squeeze through the glutes and the inner thighs to lift up, 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 up. And then we articulate down. That means we're rolling down through our spine, our upper spine, our middle spine, our lower spine, one vertebra at a time. Again, lift up. Big breath in, and on the exhale, lower upper back, middle back, and lower back. Good. 2 more of these. Lift and hold, squeezing from the back side. Strengthening our glutes will tremendously help our posture. Rolling down through our upper back and middle back and lower back. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Lift and squeeze. You've got this. Hold, pausing at the top. Defy gravity right now. You've got this. And lowering down. Upper back. Middle back. One vertebra at a time. Great job. All right. To steal that extension all the way from your heels through the crown of your head, extending those legs long, we're going to roll over onto our belly. So maybe lift one arm and one leg and roll yourself over to a prone position. And we're just going to go ahead and rest our forehead on the ground and bring our arms beneath our shoulders. You can zip up your legs or just leave them hip width apart and parallel. Toes are tucked under a little bit there. My head is neutral. And from here, my arms look like a grasshopper, don't they? My bent elbows and my hands pressing. What I'm going to do is lift my nose off the ground just a little bit. And I'm going to extend my nose like I'm rolling a marble along the ground. And then I'm going to lift up, 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 strengthening my upper back muscles. You can use your hands for support. And lower down, 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 down. But really try to make the work come from these upper back muscles. Let's try that again. Now, this time, imagine you've got a little ice cube under your belly button. And you're trying to pull your navel away from that ice cube. So you're really drawing in your abs as you lift slightly, lengthening as you lift. Think getting longer, longer, longer. Imagine somebody's pulling on your toes from behind, trying to lengthen you. Good, and lower down, 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 down. Okay, last one. We're going to add a little neck roll to this. We're going to go ahead, lift up, get longer as your heart reaches forward, as you lift, pulling up through your shoulders, your upper back. Your gaze goes towards the end of your mat or your workspace. And now look to the right, tuck your chin, roll to the left, and look forward. Opposite direction, look to the left, and tuck your chin, rolling, looking to the right. And now look forward and roll down, 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 down. And rest. From here, we're going to push up for a little active rest. Feel your abs pulling in and away from your thighs. This is a great way to finish that upper back work. From here, we're going to go back to a kneeling position and just do some extension with our right arm and our right leg. So it's going to require a little bit of balance. You can kind of start to extend the right hand and the right leg behind you. See if you can rest it on the ground and find your balance from there. Maybe you can lift. Gaze is at the ground, keeping your head neutral, drawing your abs in as you lift, 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 and return. Let's try that on the other side. So first I just get my balance as I kind of creep out with my toes and my fingers. Once I have that, I keep my head neutral. I lift, let my gaze look a little bit forward as if my ear is attached to that left arm. Be careful not to press out through the shoulder. Keep your shoulder engaged in the socket. That will help you gain better posture. Okay, let's do that again. Right arm, left leg. Reaching, lifting. And lower it. Just go to your point of comfort here. Left arm, right leg, lifting, holding, lengthening, and lower. Okay, we're adding on. We're going back to that right arm, left leg. Reach it. If you feel the control, go ahead and draw your elbow, right elbow to left knee, and then out again. And breathe, bring it back down. Let's try that on the other side. Left arm, right leg. Extend. And draw elbow to knee. And extend again. And bring it back down. One more time, both sides. You can do the whole move or just the first part. And draw it in. And extend. And down. And left arm, right leg. And bring it in and extend and down. Great job. Let's just try upper body. I'm going to start with my left arm this time. I'm going to try to lift that left arm. You can either lift it fully extended, or you can hold your hand behind your head and lift just the elbow, whichever one feels most comfortable. And it doesn't have to be as high. It can be as high as you are comfortable at. Now you're going to draw your arm in and reach across your body to the other side. And back up. And across. Trying to keep equal weight on your arms and your knees. And back. And up. And across. Last one this side. And back. Okay, place that right arm down, or left arm down. Let's try the right arm. It lifts up. Gaze follows your hand. And across. And up. And across. And up. Now watch your hip area. Keep it tucked under. So you're really feeling the work through your upper body, through your shoulders, your scapula. Last one. Up and across and back down. And you have earned a well-deserved rest. Pulling those abs away from your thighs as you sit back on your heels. And from there, one last little bit before we go to our seated position. We're going to start kneeling. Now see if you can reach one foot back, maybe the other foot back. And we're just going to try to hold that plank position. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can do it with your knees down, but try to keep a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. You can also modify this by lowering down to your forearms. Good. We're just here for 10 seconds. That's 5, 6, 7, lengthening through the crown of your head, 9, and 10. Great job. Okay, we're going to get our backs against the wall. So if you have that wall available right now, we're going to go ahead and just sit in a pike position so we can really feel what it feels like to have stacked joints through our upper body. So what we're working on here is having our hips up against the wall, having our ribs stacked right over the hips. I mean, I can still feel a little bit of room behind. That's a natural sway of our spine and our lower back. But what we want to do is really try to lengthen from the crown of our head. I know I've used that word a lot. You really want to feel the tip of the crown of your hair right where the back of your part meets at your scalp. Feeling that part of your body lengthen to make yourself taller. And breathing. And you really want to feel the stack of your shoulders over your ribs, over your hips. Good. Just relax your hands either down by your side or on your legs and take a few breaths that way. You can even feel through your ribs as you expand your ribs and exhale. And expand and exhale. And one more time. Expand and exhale. Keep breathing. Now feel that iso ab position. You can make that triangle again and try to draw those abs in and up as you exhale. In and up. You'll feel more pressure from your lower back pressing against the wall behind you as you do that. If it's too tight against the wall, you can take a big pillow and put it behind you to get that contact that we're trying to get with the wall. And one more time, iso abs, inhale, and exhale, pulling in and up, and relax. Okay, keep maintaining that position. We're gonna go to a T position on our arms. And now just turn your palms back against the wall. If the T position is a little bit hard on your shoulders, you can lower down. But what you want to feel is everything firing up as you press your arms against the wall or the surface right behind you. Here I go. Press and relax. So it's isometric. I can feel a lot happening as I press and release. And press and release. But you can't see as much. But I promise you, It's really strengthening from the back of the arms to the back of the your back area, your scapula, and relax. One more press and relax. Good. Now see if you can turn your arms around and go from your W position up to a T, keeping contact with that wall the entire time. And lower and lift. Be careful that your shoulders don't come up with your hands. Keep your shoulders pressed down. Keep your head long as you lower your arms and lift and lower and lift. Again, inhale and exhale and lower and lift. Last two, down and press. Keep that contact. Do just as much range of motion as you can to maintain that contact. And bring those arms down and relax. Roll that out a little bit. That's a lot of work with that back side of the body. And if we're not used to using it, you're going to really feel it right away. But if you can do little portions of this throughout the day, especially if you're at a desk and a chair a lot, getting up to do some of this is great. Okay, we're moving on to really feeling our abs and to feel what it feels like as we peel off the wall and articulate. We did this lying down. We're going to try it seated. So place your arms in front of your body, palms are down. Feel everything stacked. And now do that little chin nod. Remember that double chin? You'll feel it lengthen through your neck area, through your upper spine and your cervical spine right there. From here, we're going to peel off. My head comes off, my upper back comes off, and I'm using my abs to hold up my torso. And I round as if I'm rounding over a beach ball. And reach out. My head goes right between my arms. I'm drawing my shoulders into the sockets instead of pressing away. And I'm just holding this position, feeling the work in my lower abs. And from here, I roll up one vertebra at a time. It goes lower back, middle back, upper back. Let's try that just 2 more times. Big inhale. And now exhale. Let's let all of the air out as we round over that ball, imaginary ball, and draw it back up. Bring your breath back in. And last one, big breath in and exhale, rounding over. Feel yourself peel off the wall from top to bottom. Keeping the arms up parallel with your legs and reaching back to the wall. And relax. Roll out those shoulders. We're going to go to a standing position to finish out our exercises today. So find a good standing area. You don't need to be exactly next to a wall. Okay, from here, you're going to need a towel in a little bit, but hopefully you have one already. We're going to do some arm work here. Some of the things that we just did. So you'll be standing, feet hip width apart and parallel. And you can try to feel what it feels like to imprint your upper body into that wall. It really helps you to draw your shoulders back. You draw them back. Imagine you have a little pencil running down your spine. You're trying to squeeze it as you draw your shoulders back. Again, these are isometric movements. So you're not going to see a whole lot happening, but you're sure going to feel it in your upper body, drawing those abs in. I have my feet a little bit away from my wall so I can maintain contact with my upper body as I press back and down and press back and down. And one more breathing. Press and down. Soften those legs, come off your wall, and we're going to try some arm circles. So I'm going to turn on profile here, and we're going to start with our feet hip width apart. I'm going to move a little away so I'll have room to circle. And we're going to go ahead and lift our arms up. Our palms are up like we're serving a platter, and I go up as high as I can. And from here, I rotate my hands and I come around, back down. Again, lift, serve the platter. and rotate and bring my arms around. And again, lift up, 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 up. Rotate and around. You can also try this one with soup cans if it's a little, if you want a little more challenge or some small weights. And around and down. Let's reverse that. So I'm going to go a little bit more on angle so I can get this arm movement rotation in. I go up, around, and then I serve my platter on the way down. Just soften your stance so you can keep that nice posture during this. And again, around, rotate, and down, and up, rotate. Good. Imagine you're moving through mud or cement, wet cement that's drying. So you're really resisting the movement. Last one, up, rotate, and down. Good. From there, we're going to take our hands, make that triangle that we're fond of today, and we're just going to try to reach our hands up at the crown of our head, softening our knees, and then pressing forward and pulling back. Again, moving through mud. Tailbone is heavy. Press and push, and as you press, try to draw back with your elbows a little bit to get a little extra strengthening in your upper back. Last two, down and press. Last one, and you've got it. Good. We're going to hinge forward now here. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Soften your knees and hinge from there. We're going to do a little bit of rowing. Actually, I'm going to go on angle again so that I can get both arms in action. So I have a straight upper back. It's as if there's a board against my back that I'm trying to hold up, but I'm not flat. I'm at an angle. Soft knees, heavy tailbone. Now just let your arms hang. And from there, you're going to take some tension into your upper arm as you pull and pull back. We call this rowing. And release, and pull back again. Good. Imagining you're gripping maybe a racquetball or a tennis ball with your shoulder blades right here at that most open movement. Head is neutral. Pull and release, and pull and release, and pull and release. Last four. Inhale and exhale. So it's pull and then a little extra pause at the top. Just two more. And last one. Pull and release. Great job. We're going to roll out our head from here. Rolling it around. Roll it the other way, and then pick up that towel so we can do some more stretches to open up our shoulders. Okay, so with the towel, I'm going to roll it up, and so it's just a long, skinny, and you'll want the length of this towel, especially starting out. Start really, really wide. From here, you're going to lift it up, keeping your arms straight. Go to the point where, without lifting through your shoulders, try to roll back, extend as far as you can, maybe going all the way through, but if that's uncomfortable, you don't need to do that. I'll show you what you can do. So you can just move to your point of comfort, but we're really just trying to stretch and open up those shoulders to counteract all of that sitting and leaning that we do all day long. And then if they don't want to go all the way through today, or you need a longer towel, just start from the back of your body and just try to lift up. This is a great strengthening position that you can do, and it's really going to strengthen all of those areas in your upper back. Just lifting, and then eventually you might be able to lift all the way through. You could also do this with a band, one of those stretchy bands. I happen to just have a towel, and that works great. So your goal is to start really, really wide, and then as you progress, be able to move your hands slightly in and still be able to work those shoulders. All right. Okay, I'm going to use my wall for some final stretches because we did some glute work today and some ab work. We really want to try to open our hips back up, which is also great because our hips tend to roll forward when we're in a seated position. So let's just use that wall to cross one leg over, or maybe you have a couch top that you can hold onto, and make a number 4. You're going to try to stack your foot on the top of your knee and really stretch and open up that hip area. There you go. And from there, go ahead and take that same leg, extend it behind you, and you're going to go in for a hamstring stretch right here, really opening up through the front of the hip area. Good, and you can go as deep as you need. Make sure you tuck your tailbone as you go in for this stretch. So I add a little posterior tilt, that tuck that we practiced, because then that will keep the stretch in your hip flexor instead of your lower back. All right, let's try those stretches on the other side. You can turn around if that's more comfortable, or stay facing the same direction. First goes that number 4 stretch. And if that's a little uncomfortable, you can always take your towel to lengthen if that leg doesn't want to get all the way up to your knee, and still get that same stretch, get that openness of the hip that we're going for. So there's an option for you there. And one more hip flexor stretch, tucking under through my tailbone, softening through my knee, lengthening through my open hip. Keep your gaze forward. Great job. Okay, how about a little roll down to finish up? Feet are hip width apart. Let's take all that we practiced with that articulating spine. Soften your knees. You can hold on for balance if you need to. Do that little nod so you lengthen through your top of your spine and roll through your shoulders. Now squeeze, pulling in through your abs as you roll down one vertebra at a time. Maybe if you need that towel to give you a little height to be able to rest your hand on, you can soften your knees so the palms of your hands can reach the floor here. And just give a little shake out, a little no and a yes. Deep breath in. On the exhale, feel the heaviness of your tailbone as you pull yourself up, maybe holding onto the wall if needed, one vertebra at a time. Great job. I hope some of these exercises helped you to find some of those muscles that we lose over time as we compensate with different areas of the body that want to turn off as we get into those seated positions. So in the middle of your day, if you can stand up and do 1 or 2 of these, or follow along with this video that you'll be able to find on YouTube, please keep doing this and you'll notice a huge improvement in your posture. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.